Namaskaram. Welcome all of you to a new YouTube channel, Nirtham, Dance for Everyone.
Namaskaram. Welcome to Nirtham, Dance for Everyone. We are all going through a lot of changes right now. The pandemic of coronavirus have affected us directly or indirectly, which I am sure. I am fighting my own battles and I am sure you are too. So let's pray to God to give us the strength and positivity to take us through these times. And with this prayer, let's start our new episode. For those of you who are watching our channel for the first time, what we are doing here is we are learning Bharatanatyam, the classical dance of India, and also learning how to become fit and lose weight along with learning Bharatanatyam. So, if you are a first timer and have not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you will be notified every time a new video comes out, which is every Wednesday of the week. So, along with that, I will also give you a fitness tip at the end of the video. So, please do watch till the end. Okay? Now, today we are going to do the third step. Now, some of you might be wondering, why am I going so slow? One step, every episode. There is a big enough reason, scientific and also my own reason behind it. The thing is that when our body and mind comes across something new, it tries a lot to stop it. It doesn't want change. And this applies to both the body and the mind. So, if you are those people or if you are one of those people who are following the videos diligently, then suppose if I am giving you 5 steps in one episode, you might do it for a week, or maximum if you are a very optimist person who wants to go on and on, maximum of 2 to 3 weeks. But after that, the body will resist these changes, and if you do not have 100% willpower to go on and on, you are going to stop it. That is for learning the art and also for becoming fit. So this is the best method. I am sure all of you must have heard about the story of the rabbit and the tortoise. Slow and steady wins the race. So today we are going to do the third step. Before doing the step, let me just tell you about the modifications. As we all know by now that the predominant position in Bharatanatyam is sitting in Aramandi, that is half your height. So it might be difficult for some people, especially who are older than 25 years. So I have shown some modifications in the previous videos, which are not permanent but just useful for the beginning stage. So to do the step, first you keep your hands in Padaga, that is like this, and you keep it at the base of your spine and sit in Aramandi, that is half your height, and you do the step. I'll just show you the legs today because the positions of the body and how to do it have all been given in the previous videos, and the first 8 steps in Bharatanatyam are just sitting in Aramandi and to do with only your legs. This was created just to improve your balance and establish the Aramandi along with instilling the rhythm, which I talked about before. So in these first 8 steps, the most important and the only thing that you have to remember, not the only thing, the very first thing that you have to remember is to sit in Aramandi, because after that the steps are going to be a little difficult when you start using your hands and all. So this is the perfect time to establish your Aramandi. Do it as much as you can, go to your extremes and also a little more. So I'll just show you the legs now. You can concentrate on that. These steps are called Tattadavu in Bharatanatyam because you are doing it by striking the feet. So we have done the first 2 steps. Now for the third step you strike 3 times on the same leg. Now to do the step, Tei, Tei, Tam, 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 Tei, Tam, Tei, 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 Tei, Tam. So that's the step, and when you're practicing, please do on the video or the audio and practice along with my syllables or the chollu that I am giving, because that is very important, which I have explained before. Now today we are going to start a new thing, that is the mudras or the hand gestures that we use in Bharatanatyam. So we will go slow there also, because as I told you, that's the best way to learn. So basically there are 2 types of hastas or the hand gestures in Bharatanatyam. One is which can be shown in a single hand, and the other which can be shown by using the 2 hands together. So the single hand gestures are called asamyukta hastas or the single hand gestures. The joint hand gestures are called the samyukta hastas. Samyukta means joint. So first we will start with the single hand gestures. Now let me also tell you one thing. Though we are learning it as single hand right now, in dance when we choreograph, we can also use the single hand gesture or the single hand mudra in both the hands. We can take it in both the hands to show the meanings, but the joint hand gestures can only be shown in by using both the hands. So first the asamyukta hastas. Now today I will show you 4 of them. The first one is padaka, that is you keep all your fingers joined close together like this, and you keep it straight, and when you are showing the mudra, you always put your elbows up like this. Like you don't need this if you are not in a class and showing it to a teacher or students or anyone, But whenever you take the mudra, please make sure to keep your elbows and take your elbows up here and make it straight, and the other hand at the back, so that it looks neat. This is the way we have learned the mudras, so that's why I am showing you this way. First is Padaka. The next one, you take your fourth finger to this level up to here, and this is called Tripadaka. For the next one, you keep both the fingers up to this level, and this is called Ardha Padaka. And for the third one, you bend these two fingers first and you put your thumb on top of it, and then you keep these two fingers like a cross, like a scissor, like this, and this is called Kartari Mugha. Now I'll also give you the meaning for these because it will be easier for you to remember, and this is also important for choreographing, because to just learn the mudras is not enough. Only if you know the meaning you can use it for choreographing a dance for yourself. So the first one, Padaka, the meaning is flag. Now there are a lot of things for which we can use Padaka. I'll be explaining about that later. As of now, you just remember the meaning is flag. The next one, Tripadaka, means triangular flag. The third one, Ardha Padaka, means half flag. The fourth one, Kartari Mukha, means scissors face. Now I am sure with this meaning it must be easier for you to remember and learn. So please do study this by the next week. Okay, students? Okay. Now coming to the fitness tip. Exercise is important, right? Because now relating to the current situation, when the pandemic made its way through the world, the people who survived the most were people who had the most immunity power, and exercise is a sure short way of boosting your immunity power. I'm sure all of you knows that. I mean, there's no other way. By as of now, everyone must be knowing that. But along with boosting the immunity power, along with losing weight and becoming fit, there's one other thing which majority of us are not aware of. I'm going to talk about that fact today. Now, the scientific study and also Indian ancient studies shows that every person is born with a specific number of heartbeat. Once that number runs out, you are dead. So that means, suppose you have 10 heartbeat when you were born. Once you finish that 10 heartbeat, you will be dead. There's no other way about it. So what to do about this? The unknown fact, or not the unknown, the fact that most of us were not aware of is that exercise also reduces the number of heartbeat that you use up in a minute. Now you must have known or heard about some Indian sadhus or sannyasis or monks who have the ability to reduce their heartbeat up to any number. That is, the average heartbeat is 72 beats per minute, right? These monks can do to 3 or 4, and this is not just hearsay, it has been proved scientifically in a lab. And even the sports athletes, that is the sports people who have survived in the field for a decade, at least for 10 years, they are shown to have a very slow heartbeat per minute. For example, Boris Becker, I don't know if the new generation have heard about him, but I have grown up knowing about him. Boris Becker is a tennis player, and his resting heart rate is supposed to be 32 beats per minute. So what this has to do with exercise, and Bharatanatyam is also an exercise, so that's what I'm coming to. One of the advantages of exercise is that it slows down your heart rate. So that means you can live longer, healthy, and a full life, and we all want that, right? So I want you to remember this fact every time you practice, or every time you don't practice. Please do remember this. And one another fact, I almost forgot. One another fact is that the heart rate also affects your breathing. As the heart rate slows down, your breathing rate also slows down. And when your breathing rate slows down, again the studies have shown that you have lesser thoughts. When you have lesser thoughts, like per minute, you have lesser frustration, lesser anger, lesser grief, lesser everything. So that's kind of good, right? I mean, we might not have thought about exercise in that way, but these are some of the facts which have been verified. So I'm sure this is a very good enough reason for you to just start right now, practicing. And from the very first, and also in my channel description, I have said that Bharatanatyam is a workout which has incorporated the cardiovascular workout and also the strength training workout, both of them together. And for a complete workout, these two are very important. You can't just run for 5 kilometers every day and become fit. That's not the proper way to exercise, because suppose you are 90 kilos and you're running 5 kilometers every day. Within a week, you're going to have knee pain, joint pain, and you won't be able to run at all. So in order to avoid that, you have to strengthen your muscles. To strengthen your muscles, you need strength training. So just doing one workout alone is not going to help you. So that's the fitness tip, and that's the class for today. I'm hoping this video was very useful for you, and if it was useful for you, please do share it with your family and friends. And if you haven't subscribed, please do it now. That's about for today. Thank you. Namaskaram.
So to conclude, if you want to contact me for private lessons, you can contact me in my email ID. Or if you just want to follow the videos and learn this wonderful art, please do like and subscribe and press on the bell icon so that you will be notified every time a new video comes out.